Hello, and I am live from inside your ear. A lot of elephants in the room to address today. I First of all, the new intro song. I commissioned this one a little bit while ago, and it only now just came into my hands. So I initially planned to come back to streaming quite a bit earlier, but I wanted to come back with a new BGM. Because if you guys don't know, my previous one was just a free BGM I got on YouTube, and I didn't want to run with that anymore because, I feel like I want to grow out of it, and also because there's copyright notices on my streams because of the intro song. Not that any big problems has come out of it. It's just a thing that it's there and it's been bothering me for a little bit. So I got myself a new intro song and had to wait approximately a month since I put in the commission. So that's why it took me a while, and also just me being on break just for my own well-being for a little bit. Genuinely, it's been very nice, and I'm so excited to come back. I have so many exciting things planned. I know I always say that, but I have made thumbnails for two streams for the future. Um, some of you guys may predicted that it would happen already, but this Wednesday I'm streaming the Cookie Run Kingdom update. Very timely. Decided to come back at a very good time. Immediately new content. And then wait, is my BGM on here? It is, right? Yeah, I suppose it is. It's just I can't tell. Okay. I haven't done a stream in a while, so let me collect my thoughts. I have been gone for a bit, so a lot has happened, but none of any consequential things. I just have a bunch of stories and a bunch of things to tell you, and honestly can't really put together a timeline of where I've been gone at. But okay, I've been to the hospital, but not for anything wrong. I just went for a regular health checkup, which hasn't happened in, I'd say, 5 or 6 years. So that was exciting. It was particularly exciting to see how out of touch with the world I am. Whenever you go to a hospital, it kind of feels like you're going through a government, proceeding. So I fumble a lot because you tend to. I walk out of every government proceeding embarrassed, and this one was no different. Particularly, right? I'm not very good at the language I was born to speak, and at one point, the nurse lady asked me to write down my address, and I wrote down a little bit, and I had to turn to her and I was like, hey, I don't know how to write my address in Thai. That humbled me to my core. Dude, you don't fucking get it. I don't know that I've been this bad, cause I talk fine, and until dude. There's ladies are doing. I was like, I'll try my best, and I just feel so bad. And then it got worse, but it didn't get worse. That was the worst of that issue that it got. But continuously throughout the entire day, I was fed instructions of okay, after you've done your blood test, please walk to this room to get your x-rays done, and I'd have to ask for it a second time almost every time anyone gave me instructions. And one lady in particular was very annoyed by it. She rolled her eyes. Oh my god, I wanted to die. It Okay. So what there's more. The day did not end there, unfortunately. So I got a few tests done, Particularly, I got my my urine tested, my blood, and then I got an X-ray of my chest. Um, Everything went relatively well. Doctor told me there was nothing particularly wrong, except for uric acid, which if you guys don't know, causes gout. For those who don't know, gout is a disease that makes the thing between your joints swell up and causes really bad pain, and at a certain level is incurable. So really don't want that. And what causes gout and the uric acid buildup in your diet is too much meat of like a particular kind, like chicken, shrimp, and squid. Most meat. So I went vegetarian for a bit. That was exciting. I was vegetarian for like 2 weeks. Yeah. Dude, I can barely write in English. You're dyslexic. You have a perfectly fine excuse. I don't. I do not. I was born here, raised here, entirely lived here my entire life. Do you dream in tiny English? This is a very good question. It's a very way to gauge which side a bilingual person leans onto. I asked this question too, and my answer is English, but only in the last, I would say, 2 years. Before that, I would dream in Thai. And I remember my dad telling me that it was like a really big mark in like being fluent is dreaming in like the language you're trying to be fluent as. And like I never really thought about the consequences of that, of me being unable to like go back, because well, particularly in my case, it was because Thai grammar is very complicated. And when you dream in English means you think in English. And so aside from very few things, my thought process is entirely in English, and that's very hard to translate to Thai, like complicated like grammar that has multiple like pronouns depending on who you are and who you're talking to. It's genuinely kind of hard to speak. So that's been a thing that I've been trying to like grapple with. Anyway, the vegetarian thing, vegetarian, that's fucking crazy. I think I talked about it before. The reason I never considered being like vegetarian vegan, because it's very like cost ineffective and like very like inconvenient, that like as if I'm not in a super comfortable place, like if I were like a millionaire, I would be able to afford going vegetarian vegan. I don't think I can. It's just so much that you have to sidestep in your life, especially for the first few phases of it. And I went vegetarian for a bit. It was really hard to like find food to eat just like regularly, because I was used to a particular diet, and coming out of that, I don't really know how to like act. I don't know what to eat. Mostly egg. It was mostly egg. Dishes, I mean, like, of course, I just eat normally, just without the meat now. But I don't cook that much at the time that, like, I was going vegetarian. So it's more difficult for me. I understand that, like, a lot of, like, struggles with finding food is just sidestepped by just cooking. I was not doing that because I was just not in a good place then. Uh, I dream in Korea, Japanese, and English sometimes. That did happen. Like when I was like mainly speaking Thai, English does occur sometimes, a very like inconsistently. I didn't dream in that language. It just sometimes it appears in my dream kind of way. Maybe you should unlearn English. Not serious. Don't worry, I got that part. I don't think you guys want me gone like that. So, um, as you can tell, I'm back on my regular diet now, just toning meat back a bit to make sure my acids are in place, because I do not want to amputate my leg or hands. That's I'm pretty sure that's not gonna happen. Those are very extreme measures, but you know what I mean. Um, then I went to get, I forgot what to tell. when I went to get my blood tested, I haven't gotten my blood drawn in a very long time. I'm not afraid of needles. For context, right? I generally don't care. I just don't want to look at it. I think my skin being pierced is a weird side that I don't want to see. But that's fine. That's besides the point. So I put my arm up. They are gonna draw my blood from like what do you call this area? It's like the other side of your elbow, like the underside of it. So I put my arm up to their counter on the pillow thing, and then like I looked away on my phone because I didn't want to look at the needle. He started like prodding and poking the spot, which I understand. I think that was just him looking for a good spot to like stick the needle in, right? That one I understand. He started doing that for like a good 10 seconds. I was like, okay, that's fine. Like, and then he started slapping it. I was so fucking confused. Here's our live record. Here's our live recreation of what happened. My arm's getting poked and prodded, and suddenly it's like I was so confused. I wanted to laugh so badly. I didn't know they do that, but apparently they do. My favorite part of getting my blood drawn. And I also got an X-ray, which was weird. The X-ray proceedings like aside, it was weird to see like my own insides, I don't think I've ever really thought about it much, but like I got the X-ray and I got to look at like my ribs and where my heart is. That's like a weirdly like beautiful moment and also horrifying. I don't know what it is. Do you guys understand when like sometimes you get hyper aware of your inner workings? Like it's like a similar like phenomenon to when you're realizing you're breathing manually. I'm so sorry, by the way. But like, when you're realizing you're breathing and whatnot, but like instead of that, it's being aware of like, oh my god, my body is like filled with tiny microorganisms and organs that work. Oh my god, my heart is beating. Oh my god, kind of moment, it was weird. But I recommend it. It's fun to see what the inside of you look like. And then you know what I did? I posted my X-ray pics on Discord. Cause of course I did. That's how badly online I am. Okay. What else? I think that is my like okay, another big moment in my character development, if you will. If you guys don't know, I have social anxiety, particularly relating to service workers and just, like workers in general that I have to talk to, like whenever. But like, that kind of shielded me from like going outside too much. I'm also just not a very outdoor person. I decided one day I was gonna go to the mall for like no reason, because I know like people do that, to just like have fun when they have free time, and like I never really found that like appealing for me, because I've always been so like glued to my comfort space. uh what is fucked up about that, spoiler alert, I went there, came back, and I could not feel my legs. I am so damn weak. What all I did, right? I took the train, the sky train, from my house to the station where the mall was, walked across the bridge to get to the mall, walked inside of the mall, and I walked all of the mall, but like, it wasn't a big mall. It was like 3 stories with like 2 escalators on each side. I think there were 3 actually, but like, it was a small mall, relatively. I walked all of it. I got food alone at a restaurant. And you guys might be surprised, I shoplifted. This is a very important part. Trust. You guys know about spam, right? The canned meat spam. It's not really a thing over here. And so the mall I went to had spam on the shelf of the grocery store that is attached to the mall. And it was abhorrently expensive. Like, I'm talking more expensive than ham. So that was weird, right? And it makes sense in like some context because the company that makes spam doesn't really do anything over here, and so I assume it's import goods, so that's why it's expensive. But that kind of defeats the purpose of spam being cheap meat, and I really wanted to try it, so I shoplifted a can of spam. I was very proud of it. I wasn't proud of the shoplifting. I was just proud that I had the gumshoe to do it. And then like a bunch of candies. I also bought some like normal stuff too, just so you know, and also a peeler, a vegetable peeler. It was really cheap. It was like barely $1. It's fine. You know what's funny? I shopped at the peeler not because I don't want to pay for it, but because I can't find the paying counter. I can't find where to pay for it. I just put it in my bag and and ran. Oh, I got hit by a car too, but like not really. Oh, I did, but like it wasn't really anything much. I was just with my family in a car. Another car hit us in the back. It was like weird to me. I'm not the type of person to like, what's the word? Get verbally surprised. You know, I'd say like, oh shit, that scared me and whatnot, but like I wouldn't actually like scream. That did get me to scream. I think it was I think I was having an existential crisis in the car, and then I felt sudden impact. I was like, what the weird, humiliating that I screamed. Cause nobody in the car screamed except for me. Not even my mom, who was more, easily surprised than me. So that I took a hit to my pride more than my car took that hit. The car wasn't mine; it was my parents'. Oh, I got hit by a car too. Crazy. Yeah. Love when that happens. Also funny. My parents has two cars because they have work related to it, whatever. They have two cars. One car got hit on that day where I was out with them, and then like just like the the very same week, the other car also got hit by a motorcycle. This is a weird week for my parents' car. What else? I'm pretty sure a lot happened. Well, I'm not actually sure. You know what it is? Okay. I also got really invested again into Cookie Run. Pacific? Okay, whatever. I can't speak English either. You guys gotta put up with this shit. Why am I swearing so much today? Oh my god. I have been trying to, like, replicate the Cookie Run art style to some extent. Because I just wanted to do it. It sounds fun. So that's what's been going on. Go follow me on Twitter. You'll see a lot of that. Seriously. Go follow me on Twitter. Because you know what happened the other day? I made like a Cookie Run OC just like as a gimmick thing. And that got like almost 6K likes. And that was weird. I was having my moment again, that moment of like that FNAF stream getting way more like views than I ever like predicted. And it was like crazy to see strangers like interact with my content and then like never see them again kind of vibe. Cause like I'll see people in the replies of that tweet being like, oh my god, and like, you know, just like striking up a conversation about the OC I made. And then like, you know, it's just like a regular Twitter interaction that everyone like moved away from. You know, weird experience. By the way, Burning Sprites is my husband base. Base, you're so base for that. Dude. I know like two people in the audience keep up with Cookie Run Kingdom shit. I keep up with like both of the Cookie Run games, also including Witch's Castle a little bit, but there's an update going live on Wednesday that I will be streaming. But there was a cookie that was revealed, charcoal cookie. Oh my, okay. I took a step back, right? I saw charcoal cookie. I took a step back. I was like, how far deep I am that I have to find a cookie attractive? Like, I but I'm not ashamed of it. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I know I'm deranged. I'm not ashamed of it. Not one bit. Charcoal cookie is hot, and I'm standing right here. I'm standing my ground. I'm standing my ground. Right? I'm standing my ground. It's been 5 years since Deaf Sister. Remember, they can put beers on they can put facial hair on a cookie. It's been so long since they made an old man that looks old. God. Golly. I'll make that man my second husband. Also valid. Story time. Back on Monday, I was on my way home from my shift. Literally on the intersection next to my house, my bike got clipped by another bike running a red light. Ooh. Got sent to the hospital where we're working. Ooh. Well, at least you're in familiar territory. That's horrible to say. I hope you're recovering okay. Jesus. I hope you're doing alright. Oh man, I will say though, like traffic in Southeast Asia, like, look, the exact scene you just described, I've seen several times before on my way to school. Like, you know, when I was still in school. Southeast Asian drivers, particularly of motorcycles, are, for lack of a more graceful word, nuts. Okay. Also, honorable mention to Lily, who bought me a game that I will be streaming after the Cookie Run Kingdom update. I'm not spoiling it because I made a really good thumbnail for it, and I want you guys to not know what the game is by the time you see the scheduled stream. That's my evil plan. Sure, I don't have the typical VTuber schedule because I'm lazy, but also because my thumbnail scheme makes it so that you guys will never know what I'm streaming. Kind of. I might put it in the title. I'm gonna put it in the title and like tag it, but like, you know, just seeing it on your recommended, you wouldn't know. And that's amazing to me. I guess Lily does know. My bike got totaled, my right elbow broken. Ow. Oh yeah, speedy recovery. Jesus. Best part? Is there a best part? Biker who hit me paid for everything. I guess that is the best part relatively. Yeah. Is it can I admit things that make me sound like a baby? I don't understand insurance. I don't. Our car got hit and my dad had to deal with the insurance stuff. And told me and my mom to just go in the mall and wait, cause I don't know, he's like that. I don't get how insurance stuff works. You know, like I understand you call both parties insurance and sort things out, but I don't get it. It's like taxes. I don't get taxes. But I do, but I don't. You know, like I do, but I don't. Can you tell I'm not a functioning adult? God. It's like sometimes I realize that like it's not really fair to compare myself to a teenager or a child, because like I do like, you know, I am more adult compared to them. I just don't see it that way. I don't want to act like a millennial and be like, oh my god, I'm such like I'm such like a baby, right? But like I just simply don't know a lot about how the world works, and it becomes increasingly obvious with time. You know? Let me increase the BGM volume a little bit. Okay, that should be okay. I think I turned it down before the stream for some reason. I don't know, but this should be a bit louder now. It should still be like not too bad. It should still be good. I know how it works, but I suck at explaining. I get that. No, here's the thing, right? Like, that's me with literally everything that like I know. Except animals. I explain animals pretty well. Like, whenever I'm good at something, a lot of default responses from people are like, oh yeah, teach me it. Oh, I also turned on frog. People are like, yeah, teach me it. And I could never really give like a response to that, because I can't teach or even explain it sometimes. It's just like not a thing I could do. I think I got that with drawing in English. A lot where it's like, oh yeah, teach me, and or like explain how this thing works. The other day my mom asked me to explain VGen. In case you don't know, VGen is the platform in which I do commissions on. Go check it out. I'm promoting. Go check out my VGen. And like my mom is not that good at like, you know, anything I do. She doesn't understand it well, and that I get, which is like make it like really hard for me to explain what I do, because she doesn't really get it. And I keep telling her like, dude, I can't explain it, I don't think you'll get it. And she's like, no, just tell me, like, what do you Mom, you don't get it. It's also kind of sort of like banks, but for unfortunate events. That's a funny way to put it. That one I get. That part of insurance I understand, but that's a really funny way of putting it. If your car got involved, yeah, I assume you said if, in a car crash, that's not your fault. They they assess the damage onto the car, total, then replace the car and pay you. I like get that basic concept, right? Yeah. It's like, you put it really funny, but like, I think the parts that I like say I don't understand is not like anything explainable really. It's just like, what's the word? It's like someone not knowing how to, like not knowing what to do at a bank, right? You know how bank work, you know what you're supposed to do, but if you've never done it before, you have this like feeling of like uncertainty, like you kind of don't know what you're supposed to be doing kind of vibe. Like if I get in a car crash, I don't know how to talk to my insurance guy kind of way, you know. My be asking how I get fluent in English and I don't understand it myself anyway, right? I always just explain it as like, oh yeah, the internet. I think it depends too of like their understanding of like what I do and like their onlineness. Because if it was like an elder, sorry, like a relative, or like an older person, I'm explaining it to them as in YouTube taught me, or like I watch videos that are in English and movies and music, and I just came to understand them over time. And if I'm talking to someone who's more online, I would explain it as like having online friends and talking to people on social media in English, like having, you know, kind of a sphere on like in English that I can talk to, which both is true. I just think over the last few years it definitely has been more of the latter. I notice myself get better like exponentially when I'm in a position where like I want to talk to someone in English, because I don't have any other choice kind of way. I don't know what to do at a bank. That's what I'm saying. I kind of have that feeling too, where it's like, okay, I know what I'm supposed to be doing, but because of like it's official proceedings, any kind of official proceedings is difficult to get through because of this feeling of like, oh yeah, you have to maintain a level of professionalism and like not knowing what that means for you. Just like government proceedings sucks for like anyone, for like anything, and I dread it. I think the only good one, I think doing my passport was like the easiest one, surprisingly. My Visa is not though. I don't think I ever really gone far on that one. But like, you know, the passport thing, super difficult. No, super difficult. Super easy. It took like 10 minutes of like, oh yeah, look this way. Sign this. And then I was out the building in 10 minutes. Oh, I will say though that like I'm in possession of a bunch of physical cash that like obviously I want to turn it into like a number on my bank account to use more conveniently. But like the thought of me bringing a bushel of coins into the bank fills me with dread. I have a jar of coins. I have a jar of coins, like a piggy bank kind of. And like hauling that all the way to the bank and depositing it is hell itself. Okay. My teeth got numb. Forgot this feeling of talking rapidly so much your teeth feel weird. Oh, man. Oh, so, what has been see, a lot of world events has been transpiring like over the period of my break. Most I don't really want to like talk about. Like, I'm not someone who avoids politics like the plague. I don't think here is the right place for it, but it's also, you know why? You know why? The main reason I'm not gonna talk about current world events. I am tired of it. I'm so tired. Can I say I'm so tired? Like, the fateful day that happened, I opened Twitter and suddenly it's just so filled with a certain thing. And this is not referring to one event, by the way. It's a lot. And like, I could never truly escape politics, I understand that. But I don't, it's just like, I'm not American. I'm not, and I don't care. I like, that isn't completely correct. You know, I care about people's rights, but like, I don't care. It's like, I understand that being on English speaking like social media have those drawbacks. It's just that like, when I took a break a little bit for my own well-being, for my own like self, it's super taxing to see like anything like that on Twitter. So now I'm just I've been doing my best, dude. My Twitter right now is mostly Cookie Run and I guess Silk Song is also a big thing that happened. I can talk about that. Can we talk about Silk Song? I have never played Hollow Knight. I don't think I ever will, and that goes like the same for Silk Song. I just watch other people play it. I get lost really easily and really bad with navigation, get overwhelmed. I don't think I'll ever like get myself into Silk Song or Hollow Knight. But when that game dropped, oh my god, did it get to me. Like, not get to me like that, it like got to my social media by the throat. I opened like everything that could have a social media, and Silk Song was filling my throat. I'm not excited, like, you know, I'm not complaining, not gonna lie. It is like really good, even for like someone who hasn't played it. I've seen speedruns of it, I've seen playthroughs, not full ones. I don't think I've gone that far yet. I've seen a lot of like characters that came from it, a lot of tiny details they put in it, and it feels so good. It feels really good to see like a game that has so much love in years. There's years worth of love put into it. Really charming, but god, I could not see myself playing that game. Draw Hornet for real, she looks so drawable, right? Like, the best part about like the character design for like the universe is just the fact that the characters are so simple but so iconic, so drawable. Like, they're so recognizable, and it's great. It's a fun time. I caught myself drawing her unconsciously sometimes. Didn't Silk Song break Steam? Yes, and couple other like game hosting. Silk Song also crashed the Nintendo eShop. Which like I'm really glad to see like a game with a small team get that big because like it fills me with hope that like people will take like the right lessons from it. Speaking of big good things that happens, have you guys heard of a little show called Knights of Guinevere? I pronounced it weird there. I just watch it with Nyan's right here. Crazy. That's what like. It's been great seeing like, you know, like stories of triumph in terms of like production, and just great things being made by like, I would consider underdogs. Knights of Guinevere like was great. The pilot came out. I would recommend watching it. I gotta say Guinevere properly. I messed it up twice now. I promise I'm fine. Like I pronounced it fine. Go finish it. Dude, I know. Dude, okay. The Owl House, I watched like I watched the entirety of the first season. And then like kind of like I'm on my period right now and I do not want to watch the second season. I have heard word that the second season is filled with trauma, and I'm not doing that on my period. I am doing it. I'm not doing it now. But I have to, cause like now I want more Dinner Terrace content. But it's a weird paradox where it's like I saw what she's capable of with the Disney gloves off her. Now going back to see the Owl House feels weird. But I'm gonna love it regardless. I am here. Welcome! Finally! I anticipated your arrival. Leon, can I pay you to find me a BGM? Dude. At that point, just go commission one. Here's the deal. I do genuinely recommend you to commission one. I think it's worth the hassle. As someone who's, and you know, at that step already. Leon's your wife here? Oh, I know, I trust. I see, it's sometimes when I chat and I'm telling, like, I'm in the middle of a rant, I won't look at the chat, as in like not the messages you guys send. I'll just look at the profile pictures. I'll look at the row profile pictures. If someone is here that I recognize by profile picture, I'll notice. I just wouldn't mark it in my mind that I'll like come back to it after the rant. Please season 2, my boy Hunter is there. Oh, I think I've seen him around. I don't think I've Ooh. Don't worry. I will watch season 2. Cause I do genuinely love like the show. Its world building has so much charm. And also like I don't know, it's very like good of what I've seen, and Ida is also very hot. I get deal. What are you talking about? Okay. What else is there? I swear to God, there has to be more. There's not really much, cause like of the times I've been gone, I've been just kind of like keeping to myself and drawing. Mostly I've been drawing. I think I did like I think I'm going through burnout. A lot of artists are. Like for some reason all of my artist friends are going through some version of burnout. At least most of them are. And then I open Twitter and most of the artists on Twitter is ideating suicide jokingly because of burnout. And I don't know what's in the air, what's in the water. We've been going through it, and I've been going through it because of it. I'm fine now though. I think I'm getting back on my groove. I missed my commission leg to make Teto PFP. Oh dude. See, okay. Here's the deal. How about we do this, right? I've been thinking about it for a while of implementing a viewers discount. Cause like I have a very small community here, and I know that I'll set up like if I get bigger, I'll set up like a code of like a keyword that you can input into the request if you came from my channel. But like if you commission like me, I will, you know, I'll just recognize you. I'll give you like a 10% discount. I'm just planning decision, not final. Yeah, it's fine, dude. Let your elbow recover first or something. See, the thing is, I don't know what I want in a BGM if I have it custom, so I'm just finding something that's just basically a base. Okay. For me, I think like what you look for is based on what you want the loading and ending screen to feel like and what it is, right? I think the loading screen comes before the BGM. Because like that, oh, I mean your vibe does like play a part in it, but it's harder to gauge like you you know. I think you just go with like making or just like, you know, planning on what the loading screen is gonna be and ending screen is gonna be and decide what music fits them, because BGMs don't really get used much outside of it unless it's kind of this, and it's very like very very quiet in the background anyway. Use code Usami Leg for 10% discount. Ooh, I'm not. Usami likes too easy. I'm making. I kind of want it to be like random. Maybe I'll consider Autism Queen or like something more obscure as a nickname. I'll think on it, but like I think that's a pretty far future. How do you describe playful piano without making it sound like a music box? I don't think a music box is a playful piano is a thing. Can we get a second frog on your head today? You know what? Just for you. Like just for you I will. It's so, they look so like weird, particularly because of the gravity of it. They just look like they're like they look like they're like stuck together by a stick that's staked directly into my head. Make them solve a puzzle for a discount. Ooh, that would be so fun. To put my like diehard like customers in a gauntlet. Genuinely a great idea if I can like make something up, because that's funny. Welcome to the Autism Dome. Yeah, I should. I don't know. I like my current intro, but that one is an optional one, just in case I couldn't think of where I am during the intro bit. Usually I can though. I think I've used like repeat ones like once or twice, but like, yeah, I've been getting accustomed to just coming up with places to be during the intro bit. You know, like, also, I suck at puzzles. I will hate you for that idea. Dude, for me, it so depends on what kinds of puzzles. I think I hate word puzzles. I hate word puzzles. I'm talking about particularly the kind of like, what do you call it, or like what has 3 legs. I hate those type of puzzles like the most. I think like the most. And like regular word puzzles of any kind I also don't like. Yeah, like I don't like crosswords. I don't like those ones either. And then at my second last place is numbers. Particularly I'm referring to Sudoku, because like it's numbers that require math and like primarily is math, right? I love nonograms. Those also feature numbers, but I will defend its honor to my death. My favorite kind of puzzle, I just on my ordering ranking is all over the place. My favorite is jigsaw, the, you know, the piece puzzles. My second favorite is nonogram. I feel like it's clean to have a like a top 3. I think the third one is just whatever Cookie Run Witch's Castle was doing. You streaming again makes me want to finish my model real quick to start streaming. Oh, you so should. Dude, No, okay, okay. I know it's far-fetched. I don't know if you'll make it. I don't know if you'll make it. Let me like paraphrase that. Cause like I I don't know if I'll make it actually. Like my family has plans to go to Vietnam at the end of the year, and you know, I'm going to the area that Yasan is, so like I like kind of made plans to like, you know, kind of like hang out with her for a bit. It would be fun to do like an off collab. I'm hitting like VTuber milestones kind of vibe. It would be fun if you can finish like that before. I don't know if you'll make it. I don't know if you'll make it to the end of the year. I'm afraid you'll explode before then. I don't understand why Sudoku exists, right? Oh, you know what happened? I used to go to church when I was younger. There was like a thing where I went to a Protestant church, and their structure is very different. You go to the church and they have like I don't know what it's called in English, but people gather in a hall and they sing gospel songs. It's a concert. First portion of church is a concert. After that, they have sermons, and the adults just stay in the same hall listening to the sermon. But most of the kids, like, you know, go outside and get like lessons or something. Smaller kids get to do like crafts or like whatnot, and like older kids do like board games, and sometimes they watch like Christian media. One time, the youth group leader sat us down with a stack of Sudoku like puzzles, and I was so pissed the entire day. I was like, I thought I was just gonna make some paper birds. I wanted to be one of the smaller kids so badly. In fact, I am rigging right now. Oh my god. I just said finally. Congrats. Dude. Everyone's getting in the model mood. I also have a model in the works. I still am at the process of like doing the separation, because I made it through like the design phase and then I got lazy. We'll see where that goes, but I guarantee it'll make it. I really am attached to the new design. I'm really excited for you guys to see it too. And like I think the model will really fit the BGM as well too. It would be nice if I can get it rolled out. Oh, kind of an off, like, it's just a tangent unrelated to anything I'm talking about. So you know how capybaras are kind of like the new trendy animal that like resurfaced during the last few years, and like older folk don't really know capybaras. My dad thinks they're moles. I think my mom called it mudeng once, and I'm like, Mom? It's just kind of funny to like listen to their guesses as to what a capybara is whenever I like, because I have some capybara stuff in my house. I unintentionally have been collecting them. I have 2 like mini figurines of capybaras and then 1 plushie from my therapist's office. It's funny every time, dude. It never gets old, especially because they keep coming up with new guesses. Please finish your separation, please, ma'am, please. You'll just have to be patient on that. Maybe. I do have my schedule cleared as if I have anything else to do. Okay. Also, aside from the streams that I have scheduled for the rest of the week, I will be back on my BS, if you will. Just like on my flow of going with whatever. I think I will mostly be doing art streams, maybe, because I've been trying to draw more, especially because like I really like do like want to do commissions and try to advertise myself more, and I know that takes time and effort, so I've been working towards that. Speaking of I guess social media, I have like I'll link it in the next stream if I remember. I only just now started an Instagram account for like my art stuff. Occasionally we'll probably post like VTuber related stuff on there, maybe. But yeah, more like social media added onto the stack. Another magma win, huh? Wait. Oh, magma. Took me so long. Oh yeah, thoughts on Uma Musume? Oh yeah, I was gonna play it at one point. I think I still have it on my board of potential games I will play. Maybe I don't know, because I still kind of like, you know, the the idea of playing that game on stream. We'll see where it goes, because I genuinely think that if I ran out of things to do, I probably will play Uma Musume. It has kind of like, it didn't die down per se, it's just kind of fizzled out naturally, like in gacha life cycle. We'll see if I remember to. That's the thing. It's just a remembering game that I have to play. Ooh, okay. I also do just have games that I've picked up just like off stream that I've been playing that I might stream as well, and we'll see where that goes. A lot of games that are like Stardew Valley style, you know, like kind of like, you get what I mean. You do get what I mean. That I've been collecting over the years. And then, ooh, I really want to start a new file on Fields of Mystria. I played that game really early on, and then I got really into it. New updates keep coming out, and I got lost. Kind of like don't know where to pick off where I left. Kind of like hard to keep up. I think I'll start a new file on it, on that game, and then yeah, we'll see where that goes. Any other like new things? Can't remember. I feel like game releases have just like been Silksong. I just remember Silksong. This is like the consequences of. Okay. Also, sit me down, right? Not sit. You're not sitting me down. I'm sitting you down. You've got this all messed up. All right, sit down. Pokemon. Pokemon games that were revealed to be released on the Nintendo Switch 2. I don't have it. I don't have the Switch 2. I don't think I'll buy it for a little bit because it's expensive. And I really don't think I really have the, like, you know, in a lot of ways, I'm not ready for a Nintendo Switch 2. The Legends EA will be released on the Nintendo Switch, and that I will be playing for sure. Pokemon Pokopia, in case those who didn't watch the Nintendo Direct, it's like an Animal Crossing game, but you play as like a humanoid Ditto, and that I also really wanted to play. My thing is that I'm telling you guys right now, if you guys see me play a video game from the Nintendo Switch 2, it was from an emulator, and you guys just have to be chill with that. You guys have to be okay with that. Piracy is cool. And especially when the game is, I know it's gonna be expensive. Nintendo games have been getting more and more expensive. I haven't followed up on like Nintendo Switch 2 emulators, but I just kind of assume by the time that like the major releases we were looking for on the Switch 2 were to came out, it would be like, you know, long enough for an emulator to get made. Then I also have Tomodachi Life Living Their Dream on my radar. Donkey Kong Bonanza is still on my radar. I know that released a while ago. I might get around to it because I do genuinely love like the concept, the palette, it looks amazing. Nintendo deserves it at the point. They do definitely, because it's like it's weird because I do love what Nintendo makes, but god, is it oh my god, is it not customer friendly? Nintendo is one of the weirder corporations where they're more like, you know how a lot of big corpo in any industry will do this thing where they have a super nice like front and then mistreat their employees into hell. Nintendo does like the opposite, where like they copyright strike and take down fan materials, they price their games super high, they file lawsuits in a petty way, and then like they're just like a fine place to work at. People like fight to work at Nintendo, and I'm like, damn. Okay, what else? I mean, there are like, okay, Splatoon Raiders. Splatoon Raiders, I assume, is not an online game the way Splatoon 4 would be. So it would also, emulator is on the table and I'm taking it. Splatoon Raiders, for those who again wasn't keeping up with the news, is a new Splatoon spin-off that is also slated to be released on the Nintendo Switch too. I don't know when. I don't remember release dates, genuinely. Also, kind of related, I just remembered. Have you guys seen the like new mega designs for like the Pokemon for like Legend ZA? Oh dude, like I try not to look at like what has been released and leaked about that game because I generally want to keep myself like spoiler free and excited about that moment. I keep seeing the mega designs. It's so goofy, dude. But like I like it. That's my review. I like it. It's silly. I love that like sometimes you can just make things goofy, you know? I didn't outline this. Another development that happened in my life between the break and now is that I've suddenly become obsessed, kind of. It's not an obsession. I've been developing a fascination with opening packages. I've been watching videos of like people opening like you know, blind boxes. Like I've been watching those while like reading BL or something. Dude, it makes my life more exciting. It's helpful for some reason. Like for those of you who are wondering how it helps, it's because of the fascination with opening packages gets me like doing things more. I'm generally very lazy, but like the thought of like, you know, doing things, opening stuff and like organizing things is more like, you know, more of an urge that I must fulfill, thus making my living situation better, but also made my shoplifting worse. You know how I shoplifted Kinder Eggs? I shoplifted Kinder Eggs from the local 7-Eleven. Last I told you, I nicked one every time. You know what? How many I nicked last time? 3 Kinder Eggs. I just grabbed. But I know you guys are cool, but you can't even nick me if you try. Hear me out, right? Hear me out. I'm gonna get a full like plastic container full of Kinder Egg toys and I'm gonna donate it at the end of every year. Not this year. I don't think I'll get it by the end of this year. I'll donate it at Christmas next year to a foundation once I shoplifted enough eggs. I don't know why Labubu's blind boxes were a big thing. I'll be real, yeah. Pop Mart like make some like cool stuff, and for some reason Labubu were the one that okay. So ever since I started watching those videos, I started kind of like, you know, knowing the no. Like there are the Labubus and Skull Panda were like the big ones for Pop Mart, which is like the store that makes them. Labubu is, first of all, ugliest sin. 1, ugliest sin. 2, makes it look like you're collecting babies. Right? Stay with me on this. Skull Panda, not ugly. I don't think. I think they have really nice paint coat, and I like airbrushes. I don't know. Skull Panda looks nice aesthetically, but also, are you noticing a trend? It also makes you look like you're collecting babies. Right? It looks like you're collecting babies. And it's like Pop Mart has my favorite collection of like Pop Mart shit is Peach Riot, which is really good and it looks amazing. And it doesn't look like you're collecting babies. And somehow no one talks about it. Huh? Google Peach Riot right now. It looks great. It's like well-made figurines that have good composition and great look. I don't know. It just looks nice. I like it. But like, look at the boo-boos right now, dog. And like, I feel bad for the person who came up with the design. Because I could imagine coming up with a design like the boo-boos kind of just like spontaneously and being like, oh, they're cute ugly kind of vibe. And then it turned into the face of consumerism. And now I can't look at like a Labubu without seeing the bigger picture and kind of being put off by it. Don't forget Funko Pops too. Oh my god. Why not though? Why don't you let me forget, huh? Do you hate me so much? Funko Pops, also ugly as sin. Did you guys know they made a video game? I don't remember what the game was called. It was like a Funko Pop video game and it looks so bad. Like, what I mean by this, right? The video game is like recent years video game from Funko Pop and it looks horrible. But I feel like when conversation with Funko Pop, I don't think you guys talk about U2s enough. Funko Pops, yes, ugly. Especially the Kirby one. We talk about the Kirby Funko Pop all the time. You guys don't understand that we don't talk about U2s enough. That thing I consider like way uglier. Cause it's like, when you look at a Funko Pop, I think if you look at it in isolation, you can understand the appeal in cuteness. The square-shaped head and two beady eyes are typically like, you know, okay, I can see that being an appeal. If that exact like points in the design were in a Kirby enemy, I would have loved it. It's just the way Funko Pops went about things that make it look weird and ugly. But like with U2s, the face shape and the way the face is placed on it is so disturbing to me. I forgot U2s existed. I wish I could, dude. Look, I think it's great that they're partnering up with creators to make, you know, figurine dolls as collectible for their fans. But you gotta admit, it's so ugly. And like, okay. It's, okay, the face being like an upside down egg. And the eyes being just like a soulless, closed, smiling eyes. God, that is crazy to me. And you know what's crazier? That they have like a different option. You know, quite the guy. So he's a YouTuber who like has partnered with U2s to make a plushie. And it looks good. It looks fine. It's a fine looking plushie with a round head. And it's because you get it. It's because it's him kind of, but like they made a plushie and it looks great. It doesn't look like U2's and that's great. Like that one, if I was a fan, I would actually consider like buying if I was in America. Dude, you know, you get what I mean. Like it looks fine. If I was a fan, I would consider it. But a U2's figurine, it's like not only can I not hug that at night, it's also ugly. And before draining my wallet on Nendoroids and the Funko Pops or U2's monstrosity, I agree. See, like I hate doing that thing where I like, you know, trash on like Western products and turn around and do the thing Japan thing, but like it's not that, right? It's just the fact that like consumerism is when put on a like disturbing face, I'm just turned away from it. I will say though, I'm not for collecting like like humanoid figurines for the most part. I think I'm better off just like with tiny knickknacks. Like if I were to buy one of those blind boxes, I'll get one of like a capybara. I have one on my desk right now. I think those are like better for me. I don't know, I just like them better. Also, I don't want to look like babies. I keep bringing it up, but you could, like, ain't that funny? So much of like collective figurine, like you know, for collectors, it's just you're just collecting babies. I will say though that like I've been wanting to get a shelf for a while. I have a empty space to put a shelf and have not done so because getting a furniture, big pain in the ass. It's like I wanted a new desk as well because it's actively deteriorating and it's uncomfortable to be near. I want like this model of desk exactly, which I got from IKEA. But if you know IKEA and you know that like the assembly process is not exactly easy, I want to do it though. But it's like it's assembling the desk itself and then like trying to hook up your PC to it. That is, oh boy, have I told you guys how weak I am? I don't go outside much. I'm trying to get better, especially with my arms. We'll see how that goes in the long run. Hopefully it'll go well. I do not want my muscle actively sagging this much. It's really bad. IKEA, so easy. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, yeah, right. No, okay. It's the being weak thing and then being weak thing less so. Because I remember assembling this desk with the help of my dad and I was fine. I had fun. I like assembling an IKEA furniture. But it's also, okay, here's the third problem that I forgot to introduce. I have a small place. I live in a condo and it's kind of hard to assemble the furniture in a condo. I think that might be like one of the worst parts. It's like the it being heavy thing being the least of the problems. The complications with like my like, you know, the space or where to assemble it is secondly, and the worst one is just trying to put my PC on it. I just hate putting wires everywhere. Can you tell I don't organize it? I don't get people who organize their wires because I can't get it together. I could never. I've been live for an hour. Can't tell if it feels short or long. I'm also into Gunplas lately. I like the building process more than actual displaying and posing it. That is true. I used to be into assembling mini Legos. I don't know if you guys know. I don't know what that thing is, but I buy them at night markets like a few years ago where like they come in tiny little boxes and you assemble like a figurine like you would assemble Legos, but the pieces are really fucking small. I used to do those. Those are really fun. I want to get back into those too. See, here's the thing though, like with collective like figurines, with Gunplas, with Legos, those type of things you assemble, is like the price tag on it is insane. Cause like I know about the Lego Death Star that like costs like almost as much as a used car. And that's insane to me. And like the same phenomenons happen to Gunplas too, as far as I understand, because my aunt's husbands have a bunch of them like just displayed around his house. That one's insane too. Oh, the fake ones are incredibly small. Yeah. I love those. It hurts. It hurts, but it's so fun though. I remember I had like I never got them right. That's the thing. I never assembled one completely right. It always goes wrong on some level. But I had a good time, you know. I think I assembled like 5 or 6 of those. I gave up on my tall giant friend with giant hands and I watched him struggle to pick up the pieces. Oh, that's so good. Leon, I found a quicker way to draw my model. I'm so mad I didn't think about it earlier. L. Leave it up to me to put my friend down. It happens every single time. I'm just mean and ruthless like that. It's funny because I normally don't do this in private. At least I don't think. I say L sometimes, but like if you told me that just in a call, that would not be my response. I'm just a different person on stream. I can't tell if it's just my need to be meanie like to be meaner or creepier. It's either one of those. I like the Lego Death Stars of the kids. The most expensive one was oh my god, $700 USD. I think. Oh wait, I can buy a dog. I would almost be mad of your poor spending decision. It's like, yeah, you have adult money that you can spend, but it's like, ain't your elbows broken right now? If you aren't gonna pick something better to buy, pick a better time to buy it. I could have cut the sketch into bits and rendered them piece by piece. I mean, I wouldn't have done that even if that cut time low-key. I would still not have done that. Gotta keep up the persona. True. My persona is that I'm mean and I also have autism. And I realized that like I probably shouldn't say that. Just to clarify, I've never claimed to. You guys put that label on me. Just because I have similar symptoms. Suddenly I'm autism queen. I guess that's a kind of a thing, huh? I feel like I display my symptoms way more on stream too, though. I think being left with myself to talk it out kind of like put me on like on blast. So say I think my symptoms are much more noticeable. I just noticed, do your eyes blink frog like IRL? No. I hope not. Just in case you're wondering, it is something to do with me wearing glasses right now and also me being Asian. Having small eyes in general, and also the position of the camera. My webcam is at the top of my monitor, so it's tilted down, so whenever I lean down a bit, it could give the illusion of blinking. I hope I don't blink frog like IRL. I don't think I've ever had that like pointed out to me, but it would be kind of funny because like I don't think I really notice anyone blink weird. Like, because blinking is usually super fast. The only reason you notice them because my eyes are gigantic. I think I could actually be blinking like that IRL. Partly because I do eye twitches. I do eye twitches like quite often IRL, but normally in social interactions. I don't think I do them on stream. That just may be like obstruction like in technical terms. But I will say though, it does make the model better. Like it's the fact that I blink like that. It makes like adds a touch to model that it's priceless. It's priceless. Oh, right. Sorry. You know, like the BGM I currently am using now, I commissioned. I commissioned VGen. It was a surprise me, so I did not have revisions. I was just handed a final version, which I am fine with. I'm also happy with what I got. But in my request, I put in also, can you add frog noises? And what I made of that request is just like 1 or 2 like in the entire like 30 seconds of like loopable music, the frog noises happen every 4 seconds. And like, I don't know if that's something I'm like, I haven't lived with it that long yet to know if I like it or not. But like, I love that it has frog noises, but there's just so much frogs. I'm so happy that Cookie Run gave my husband a new gay ass outfit, dude. The burning. Okay. I'm I'm gonna talk about people who have no idea what I'm talking about. Whatever. You guys are here for me being displaying autism symptoms. There's a skin for Burning Spice Cookie and Golden Cheese as well that is like very like cyber, and the lore of it is just they're gay, like they're like gamers. And it's like so funny to me because this like pattern of giving costumes to like the Beast plus Asian combo is like, oh yeah, this is how like this cookie would look like in a different ending where they were corrupted and whatnot. But like these two are just like pure outliers. I don't I don't get why that is. It's just like, yeah, what if they were gamers? What if they were gamers? And that's funny to me. But I will say though, I'm not really a big fan of like the outfit itself. I don't know what about it is a little bit off-putting, but I can't like, it does look gay and I have to give it points for that. Can we have 10-hour version of VGM? No. I'll look on like the composer's like social media, see if he posted it anywhere else. As I can't, at least I don't think I can. I don't want to. It feels disrespectful. I'll link the composer's like video of this BGM because he did ask permission to do it. I'll see that. I'll put that in the description for next stream. I'll remember to do that. I promise I will. No, I just enjoy the outfits because when I showed it to my mom, she said that was gay people wore in the 80s. That is true. it is very 80s gays. It's very like neon and like out with it, which I appreciate. Can we bring back those kind of like fashion? I think gay fashion, like nowadays gay fashion is fine too. I think I appreciate what it is today as well. But I kind of do want like, you know, 80s gay fashion back. Just be really like saturated. That's how I put it. I think gay fashion nowadays is not as saturated. The world itself as a whole is losing colors. That is like true, and fashion is like an aspect that is suffering from it. But come on, we are the Skittles people, we're the rainbow people. I think out of anyone, we shouldn't be the one to make it happen. TTS on, by the way? Nope. TTS is not on. I don't think it'll be on as of late. I think I'll judge it on like a case by case basis. I don't think it should be on for this stream, especially because I'm like not doing anything. I'm constantly looking at chat. It kind of feels wrong to have TTS on and like converse with me when I'm actively like participating with chat anyway, if that makes sense. I'm trying to cut back on like TTS particularly because I want like, you know, the uses for it to be more appropriate, for it to fit more. I think I particularly regret on the FNAF stream that I did that I had TTS on. It did give voice to like new people that I didn't really want to have a voice on my stream, especially so like, you know, I couldn't have expected that, but I just like wanted to be more careful moving onward. If you go back and watch the VOD, you'll hear odd things come out of the TTS. It's great. I don't remember what my reaction was, but I was weird the hell out at some point. Hibbity hobbity, y'all may now breathe manually. See, that one just doesn't hit me. I think for me, the breathing manually thing only works if I'm staying silent. If I read that like in a tweet while I'm like laying down on bed, that would get me. But now that I'm speaking, like it can't really affect the way I'm breathing because I'm talking. And like a lot of those gotchas particularly like don't get people actively talking, which is amazing. Cause I think another one that I see less, but like I use myself is, do you know you're manually holding your jaws closed? And that one's my personal favorite. But you know, it doesn't work here because I'm actively using my jaw. Whoa, what timestamp? Ooh, dude, that's a good point because that stream is 3 hours long. I think at what point there was one chatter, I reacted to MadPat's like FNAF timeline, right? And in a conversation I was having about like other like mascot horror, there was a chatter who was really into Welcome Home, the ARG, and like I was like, okay, that's cool at first, and then like over TTS they were saying something about like how they would like stay up in the middle of the night watching TV static just in case Wally Darling walks through it or like shows up in it. I'm like, okay girl, tone it down. that was the point where like, okay, maybe I should turn TTS off. I don't know how to respond to this. And they were like very like dead ass about it, because like saying that it in itself is not that bad, but like they said like the same like the same-ish thing like in the same vein like twice on TTS. I'm like, okay. I felt like a babysitter. Some kids at school asked me if Dark Cacao was a trans man, the kid at a point. You know, like with like I find gender exploration in Cookie to be really, really interesting. I don't know, it's just the fact that they as a design can get so like ambiguous because they don't obey to human anatomy. It's fun to see like people's like, you know, interpretation of a character's like gender expression. It's fun. It's like my favorite cookie of all time, who is famously not a cookie, Space Donut, is a they them. Also it. Also an it. But like I say he him. I think I do that to a lot of creature designs because of the term silly little guys. I say silly little guys a lot. So it erode my sense of it. Everything cute turns into a he him because of that phrase. But then I like followed another person on Twitter that also is a fan of Space Donut who uses she her. That's like really interesting to see. It's like, whoa, oh, that's crazy. Oh, you know. Can I be real? I've been feeling weird. Like, I think I'm developing that fear where, I don't know what it's called, the thing where you're always afraid of something being like medically wrong with you. I've been like feeling like I've been nitpicking things, but like sometimes, like what if, see, sometimes things go wrong and I get sick, but at what point do I dismiss it? Because I don't get sick often. I don't, despite how weak I am, but like that like makes it hard for me to kind of like know where the line is of like, I should get this checked out and I could sleep with this off, you know? Like, I feel so normal to like PV in this fandom, dude. Hypochondria? Is that the thing? I don't know. It might be. I have no idea. His point was, I don't want Mpreg in a cookie game, and also where the hell is Dark Coco's mom? Okay. You want a lore answer? You want a lore answer? So, cookie reproduction isn't exactly what human reproduction is. the implication of impreg is not really there because solo parent is just 100% a thing for cookies. Their systems inside their body, including their digestive systems, is just magic. So whatever happens in there, we can't explain with human biology. And then it's a thing where they just kind of make children. We don't see anyone getting pregnant. We don't see any sexual intercourse. A cookie can have two parents, but that isn't really common within like the larger like character roster. I think that mostly happens in NPCs. The playable characters don't really have two parents. They have like mostly one. I don't think it's mitosis. It's just like I don't think mitosis works like that because the kids do not look. You know, you get what I mean. It's just solo parent. It's like an egg, like a chicken laying an egg that's like fertilized. And so I explained that to the kid, but he was stubborn. Damn. Asexual reproduction cookies? Yeah. I mean, like, it's fair, because, like, I don't know how else they would have done it. Considering that cookies wouldn't, just wouldn't look right pregnant, considering they're flat. And the second they try to make the cookie circular, I feel immediately put off. Like, a lot of times when they do high production or like 3D animation for like teasers or trailers, they try to round out the cookie face and make them more like three-dimensional to make it look better in 3D. That always looks weird to me. Tower of Fantasy famously is a game where the head is just like that. It's just it's like a circle, and that game style is always kind of like not sit right with me. I think he just as want to make an AU without making an AU, I suppose. Oh man. I will say though, I should go to the hospital. I've been feeling tightness in my chest, and it's not going away. I think that's a tell, right? Of like, if you should like dismiss it or not. Is it if it goes away or get worse? Yeah, no. What if I die? That would be so funny. To mention that I suddenly developed a fear of having diseases and then died of a disease that I just refused to get checked out. Oh man. Also, Deaf Sister gave my boy Dark Coke. I can't fucking read. A good ending? Yeah. It's like, okay. Also, I've been going back to, like, relive, like, the earlier parts of, like, Crispia, the main story, Coherent Kingdom. It's much shorter and much sillier than I remember. Like, some of the dialogue cutscenes are, like, 3 sentences. And there's this bit, at the academy where there were like a ghost that was like a gatekeeper ghost. You know, the ghost was like gatekeeping. I was like, I won't let you pass. And Gingerbrave was just like, oh, he's transparent. We can just walk through him. They don't do that bit anymore. They don't do those kinds of bit in like Beasties. And I feel like that's such a shame that they kind of forego their whimsy because they kind of take themselves more seriously now. You're immortal, Leon. We all know this. Dude, I hope I was. You know, like, how... I am mostly joking, I think. I don't know. If I were to be presented with the option to be immortal, I would take it. I'd take it. I think it's... Like, I sat down with myself and I combed through, like, the list of complaints philosophers have with being immortal. And I was like, I can handle it. Because legitimately, I was like, oh, that's like trivial to me. I don't know, maybe I think I'm like tougher than I am kind of feeling, but it's like, whenever people complain about being immortal, of like, oh yeah, I am experiencing grief all of my loved ones, whatever. But like, you do that while having a normal lifespan, like of being a human too. And if you own a lot of like, you know, short-lived pets, you basically have like what it's like, you know. You have have hamsters all your life. That's exactly what it's like, right? It's like, yeah, you're living through like a lot of deaths of people you care about, and at some points that grief just become normality. And then like there's just like, the thing is like, with living immortality isn't feasible. But if it like were to be the case, you're not truly immortal. I think if you drop me in a vat full of acid, I would die. You know? Like, I think it's a case where, oh yeah, being immortal is regenerating faster than you deteriorate. And in that case, I could just do it, like, you know, fast enough. I think MatPat did a video where he's trying to kill Freddy Krueger. I think, was it Freddy Krueger? I don't know. No, whatever. It was one of those horror movies guys that regenerate. It was like, there's a radiation way of doing it too, where like you get in a room like radiation and like does in a way where like your like cells stop regenerating, and then like then you're fine, right? It's like possible immortality in real life is just choosing when you want to go. And I think that's like that's, you know, Jason Ward. Oh yeah, I don't think it was it Jason. I don't I for some reason I don't think it was Jason. I remember MatPat doing a video on Jason, and it wasn't the immortality. It was another one. It was another guy with a mask, I think. It wasn't Jason though. God, I'm not into horror movies, so I wouldn't know. I'm so not into like jump scares. It's just not my style. Oh, it was Michael Myers. Yeah, thank you. It was Michael Myers. Yeah. That's the one from yeah. It was Michael Myers. I will say though, speaking of MatPat, so his retirement happens, and like people that were previously like head writers or like whatnot of those channels stepped up to be hosts, and like occasionally I will still like check up on like the theory channels because I generally just enjoy the content. I think they're like, I can learn stuff in a very fun way, and I'm still like up for like learning random facts. Game theory generally has been doing well. I still kind of enjoy it, at least the ones that I've seen. Food theory is also so enjoyable in a different format now. I think they're more like they're just operating on a different metric than MatPat was, but I think that format is still enjoyable. GT Live, I'm warming up to it. Film theory, okay. I've never been that big of a fan of film theory because I just don't watch movies that much. But I remember one day an episode of Film Theory on the Amazing Digital Circus popped up, and I was like, oh, why not? Like, the Amazing Digital Circus obviously feeding like theory materials. They're obviously like throwing breadcrumbs. It makes sense. And then I clicked it. Oh my god, it was such, pardon my wording, it was such bullshit. Oh my god, it was blasphemous. It was that episode of Film Theory was when episode 3 came out, where Pomni was stuck in the basement with Kinger. And then there's this, okay, camera, okay, there's this part of Pomni like having a breakdown of like, he just wants me to suffer. And we walked out of that was like, oh, she's talking about Kane, right? And cause like obviously And then like film theory kind of took this moment way too seriously. I was like, there's no way it's Kane. It would contradict something else like earlier in the series. I was like, what? And he never bring it up. What is it contradicting? What are you talking about? Give me evidence. What are you talking about? Cause like he just wants me to suffer. It's a sentence that can only be directed towards Kane. Because of the circumstantial evidence. And it, like, I get it, look. Sometimes that episode doesn't have enough for you to theorize about. I get it. But like, oh man, you are reaching so hard and it feels painful to watch. I also hope you're free for post-stream yapping because I am suffering and I want to finish this model within the next one day. As in finish, like, drawing it? Or I assume drawing it, because then good luck. And to answer your question, it wasn't really a question, but I think I will be. Although it depends. I might be in bed doing that. Oh, yeah. I might either be in bed or may get a headache and hit the hay. This is why I only watch game theory. Fair. I think food theory is very different because it doesn't hinge on like a media. It just, everyone's, you know, it's food, but it like hinges on kind of the American audience. A lot of like American food related like brands and like whatnot that I can't really get into. Just like, you know, a lot of food stuff that like I can't exactly relate to. It doesn't appeal to me that much. And then I forgot to talk about style theory. Style theory to me is like I'm like, not to be mean, completely not interesting to me. I don't think I'm decently interested in fashion, but a theory channel based off of that is not particularly fun for me. It's like food theory already does that thing where it doesn't like hinge on media, but I like food. Hot take, I like food. I like food more than I like clothes. Cause food is important, I like it a lot. And I can't say it's the same about clothes. I feel like most people don't either. So it's just like not that appealing. GT Live I do like decently because I do like watching playthroughs, and Ash, who is now hosting the channel now, is decently entertaining. I liked them when they were behind the camera when MadPat was hosting. I feel bad for them though, because ever since MadPat left GT Live, the views have plummeted greatly, and I just like was like, oh, I feel bad. Ash is doing their very best. I will say though, like my interest in like media theories kind of sometimes do expand beyond just like, you know, game theory and whatnot, because I think it's fun. I think it's fun to like just grab at straws. Mostly grab at straws. It's very few games and media that actually intentionally feed you a mystery. I think most of them gives it to you mostly outright, and it's kind of up to you to take it wherever you want, and I love where people take it. Cause in concept, I'm the type of person to like conspiracy theories, but I don't. Cause like they have real world effects, they get into your head and actually like affect how you look at the world, and I don't want that. I wouldn't want that for myself, you know. But like if it's like harmless theories about, I don't know, like a Bluey, I'll be fine with it. I haven't even watched Bluey. I'll get to it probably. It's like harmless. I like it. My rig might take 3. That's fair. Rigging is fun though. I miss doing rigs. I think I might get to do it soon. I know, Lily. I know you want to rig the latest model. I still would let you do it. I'm thinking about rigging a new like loading and ending screen. I'm still deciding on whether I'll probably just do both. I'm deciding on pixel art animation and you know, live 2D, because I think for me the BGM would really suit like a pixel art animation style for, I think, the loading screen, and then the ending screen could be live 2D rig. I love Bluey. Bluey's awesome. Love bingo and socks. I assume you're talking about characters, but now you just kind of sound like an old lady who likes to knit. I love bingo and socks. Oh, is that you being dyslexic? Oh my god, I just made fun of it. Or is it like an intentional typo? That thing where like sometimes a character's name sounds like a certain word and you just turn that name into that word. Like, you know how you do with me, how I'm leg now. I like, but are you talking about a horse right now? I can't tell. I assume you're talking about the Uma Musume horse. Insane. Well. Oh, you are talking about the horse. I knew it. Hi, Leg. Hi. I think this is the third time now. My brain is frying. It's a joke because I like to call Bingo as Bingy. Okay, so the actual name is Bingo. I'm you guys are actively confusing me, and I know you're doing that on purpose. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Okay, you know what? I think I've spent an appropriate amount of time catching you guys up on what I've been up to, doing banter. As I kind of do want to cut this stream short because I do want you to look forward to the next one. I'm pretty sure I do have some things left in my gas tank to talk about, but okay. Next stream will be kind of weird for people who don't keep up with Cookie Run Kingdom. And while I will be playing the new, is it the new chapter, right? Yeah. I will be playing the new chapter, and just so you know, it will be like comprehensible to people who aren't into lore. I'll do a brief summary of what's going on, and then hopefully you guys can enjoy the story with me even without being into the game yourself. I'll also check out other aspects of the update to just keep it interesting. I'll also try to pull gimmicks out of my ass. I'll make it work. But yeah. Okay. All with that said, thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe. And with all that said, signing off.